And in our second match, it's going to be Fractal 161. Of course, you know Fractal as the PAL world record holder. Tetris, the PAL version of it, demolished all the records, both for lines and score, and literally broke the game. So Fractal, a destroyer of literally ruining Tetris right there. Then we've got Rapta 725, a frequent qualifier into the Masters event. The second highest, as far as I can tell, my research tells me the second highest score on emulator. And Fractal says ready whenever. We got a hover 3 from Rapta, and here it is, match number 2 of our green bracket, the lower half of the bracket. Fractal 161, of course, CTM champion and PAL Tetris world record holder, and Rapta, a perennial Masters contender, looking to fight his way a couple levels deep and then see what happens, see if we can get into the top 8. Let us count it down. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Fractal maybe having a little, well, let's see. No, all right, we'll be good. Good enough. Fractal's a little bit behind, so maybe Fractal, maybe you want to start when I say let's count it down, and then Rapta can start when the Tetris comes out. Now Rapta on keyboard on emulator. So we still have a handful of players playing on keyboard and emulator. The overwhelming majority of high scores on the leaderboard are from console. Fractal with the line spin. Thanks so much, Fractal. But Rapta has the number 2. If for emulator players, Rapta has the number 2 score with like a 1.33, I think it is. Fractal setting up delayed burn here after an adjustment. You will see lots of fun adjustments from Fractal's side of the board. Fractal, a member of the Retro USB AVS Club, which is an HDMI console on which he was able to set all these records on PAL Tetris. 150 for Fractal, 126 for Rapta. Of course, a lot of the other competitions out there don't allow keyboard players to play in their like cash events, and you know, if I saw some evidence that it conferred an advantage, then I would probably do the same thing, but I don't see that there's any huge advantage to doing that. And I just think the name of making this game and competition accessible to as many people as possible, especially those who don't have an American console and television available to them, and why not allow it? 225 here for Fractal, 223 for Rapta. I wouldn't want to shut out like the entire world from playing this great game. And if it were really, a distinctly, huge advantage, which there's really no evidence, then maybe I would consider it. But we've only had one keyboard player, Tommy NTG, win the Masters out of 4.5 years. 293 for Fractal, 270 for Rapta. I mean, now that rolling is, the dominant strategy, I mean, clearly keyboard would be at a disadvantage now. But back in the day when, hyper tapping, like 2018 and 2019, when it was still like, oh my God, hyper tapping, the thought was that you know, the buttons were easier to push. They could have a shallower, I don't know all the keyboard lingo, but you know, there's the depth in which you have to push the key to get it to actuate. That it was shallower for keyboard, and so easier to go faster. That was kind of the argument around that time, and I don't know. It didn't pan out in actual reality, which is what I try to go by as much as possible. 365 for Fractal, 346 for Rapta. Fractal getting up kind of high here, taking a couple of burns. And Rapta getting a bit high too. But there we go. Tetris, Rapta 371, Fractal at 372. Oh, mine are, you know, kind of part of the Game Boy Tetris community and saying they decided not to allow emulators. And, you know, it's definitely a choice you can make and it's fine, but I think you're going to limit the audience of who can play. Because how are you going to get, you know, I mean, it's hard to get a Game Boy and one that works, and then how do you see it? And so, I don't know. You may want to maybe consider having at least some of the competitions open up to emulators. But that's you guys' call. But if you really want to spread, you gotta you gotta make it accessible. And if there are things that come along with that, then you just gotta kind of, you know, do what you can to work around it, or, you know, just figure out what you got to do. But if you're happy with it remaining a niche community of people who have the hardware, that's okay too. Just depends on what you want to do. 496 for Fractal, 491 for the Rapta. Bang Tetris for both. Yeah, they do have, what is it, GB Tetris? Is that what it is? Twitch.tv, give them a plug. Twitch.tv/GB Tetris. And they do bi-monthly, every other month. 566 for Fractal into level 19. Rapta building up kind of high. He's going to have to take that triple into 19. Still set up for the Tetris, though. And having to weather a bit of a drought and take another triple. So legitimate drought, little mini drought here for Rapta. Finally gets a long bar Tetris. 578. Fractal at 617 on 20. Rapta into level 21. This is game 1 of the Fractal Rapta match. $675 Fractal, $664 for Rapta. Rapta, of course. Germany, Fractal, a Texan who is away at school. Fractal going to take that double. Open up the right side, bank Tetris. 764 Fractal on 23. 721 for Rapta. Nice adjustment from Rapta to make room for the long bar in the window. There's another Tetris for each. Fractal ahead by, about 37,000 points or so. Bang Tetris Fractal, 825. Rapta ready and waiting. Level 23. The worst colors to me, man. I hate these colors. These are the worst ones. Fractal going to get that long bar over and another one for 2 quick Tetrises. Interesting setup here for Fractal. Really just wants the L piece and gets the L piece. He's going to get that triple to bring this down. I think Fractal was at the last second maybe trying to do a line spin. Didn't happen. 901 for Fractal on 26. Rapta kind of still burning. Fractal up to a 100,000 point lead. And Rapta just trying to burn this down, get a clean board, and try to make some of this up. Kind of running out of time. Of course, as we know, Fractal was able to make a very deep run on PAL into, over 1,300 lines. And so, post 28 playability here on NTSC, certainly a thing for Fractal as well. Maybe less so for Rapta, but we'll see. So players that don't have as much playability post 28 are going to have to take more risks. Fractal with the max out A42 on 28. Rapta going to set up. There's the center kind of third well Tetris. Not really center, but middle. 993 Rapta. He's going to get a long bar there just to fill in. Going to take one burn, looking for the Tetris. He's going to get that dirty Tetris Rapta. And we'll see what kind of post 28 playability Rapta has. Fractal, you see the rolling here. Bang, dirty Tetris for Fractal. B35. Rapta into level 30. So there is some 28 playability for Rapta. Sir Mazer with the raid. Thank you so much. Fractal. I mean, this is just like normal play, honestly. I mean, it just looks like regular play. Rapta going to top out A52 on level 31 line before level 31. Fractal is on level 31. He's got the B98. If you want to go a little bit, Fractal, that's cool. Give the folks a show. See what you can do. We do have hopefuls coming up in an hour and 12 minutes, but I think we got the time. Maybe we don't, but we'll figure it out. All right, Fractal. It's going to top out C48. Board is getting a little complicated, and hey, let's move on to game 2 anyway. So, all right, there you go. Fractal is ready. Let's give Fractal the heart. And we got the hover 3 from Rapta. It's game 2. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I'm going to take some of this Coke Zero while I got a chance. Yeah, I don't think hopefuls will be quite on time. So I don't know if Zeno has Tetris Monthly Tetris 2 access or just wants to wait. Probably, I think it's probably going to be about, I don't know, a half hour late. That's my guess. So hopefully those who are playing and streaming will be okay with that. My guess is it'll be about a half hour late. All right. Early on here, 52,000 bang Tetris for Fractal, 75 now. 33,000 for Rapta. If Kingsman, if Zeno doesn't have perms on Monthly Tetris 2, I can give him real quick. I may as well just do that now, actually. Just, man, there's no... Well, I don't know his... I'm sorry, I don't know their... I don't know their email off the top of my head. $144 for Fractal, $104 for Rapta. All right, there's a Tetris Rapta set up again. Long bar column 9 and long bar column 10 for the Tetris. 153. There's one Fractal, 192. So Fractal ahead by about 40,000 points, which is a little less than 2 Tetrises. All right, I've got the email for Zeno. All right, 263 Fractal, 225 for the Rapta long bar dependent column 1. And that's going to be a Tetris well now, so a quick long bar. There it is, dirty Tetris for Rapta. Oh, all right. Xeno has perms for monthly Tetris too. All right, so Xeno should be set. If they want to stream hopefuls to 2, that's fine, or they can wait. If I had the option, I'd probably wait. I think it's better to be on MT1. All right, Fracta with the Fracta and Raptal. That's what was going on in my head. $349 for Fractal, $290 for Rapta. Fractal getting a little bit medium on the board, but 2 quick long bars for Tetris is $419, $337 Rapta. All right, trying to make the best of some slightly awkward pieces. Bang Tetris for Rapta, $361. Man, still getting a little high on the board, Rapta, but gets the long bar for the Tetris. Nice adjustment there to make room for the square. Another Tetris Rapta. There's one Fractal. A bunch of squares piled up, or at least white pieces anyway, on the left. Could have been lines, but they look like squares. And we are cruising to the level 19 transition. Rapta a little bit behind pace here from where you'd want to be at a 19 transition. Won't quite have 500k. And we'll transition a bit high. Triple into a Tetris now, out of danger. 487 for Rapta. Bang Tetris Fractal, 561 transition on 19. And there's a T-spin Fractal. Just set up for it. And that's one way to do it. Tetris for Fractal after misdropping the T. So that will take a little bit of cleanup. That long bar flat did not bring anything down, but no big deal. Just very poised, calm. He's been through like hundreds of thousands of lines, if not more. $627 Fractal, $557 Rapta. There you go, bang Tetris Fractal, $655 on 22. There we go, Rapta with the L spin, or the J spin, sorry. You know, it's only been 5 years. You'd think I would know the difference at this point, but it's all right. Oh, long bar setup. Column 9 gets the Tetris. Rapta 620, 691 Fractal. He's going to uncover the well right side. And ready and bang. 725. There's one Raptor as well. 681. Tetris Fractal. There's one Rapta. Still 75,000 point lead. Where you can see Fractal building out the left side, clearing everything away, and bang Tetris 824. So back by about up by about 45,000 points Fractal, and behind in line. So the pace is a little bit bigger than the scores would indicate by a little amount. Both players burning a little bit. Fractal, oh, there's a couple of beautiful pieces for Fractal, and gets the triple down for a burn. And bang Tetris Fractal, 869. You know, he seems so calm when he's doing that, but that is so difficult to do. And he's still up a little bit high on this board. And a long bar is great here for Fractal's 908. Rapta is into 28 at 880. Fractal ahead by about 60,000 points. Both players have playability post 28. Rapta's into 29 at 922. Fractal with the max out 1 million. Tetris Fractal into 29 at A49, up over 100,000 points. And Fractal is looking to stay alive and ahead. Rapta just needs to stay alive and hope something happens to Fractal. Fractal's board getting a bit complicated, and so is Rapta's, and neither player is going to survive this, but Fractal is ahead and gets heart number 2. GG's. All right, we got 2 ready players. It's Fractal up 2-0 over Rapta here in game 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, both players are underway building their initial stacks. Rapta with a few burns to do already. Column 8, 9, 10. Fractal with the Tetris and another one, 69,160 points. Rapta set up column 9. And of course, whenever you've got an awkward setup like that, long bar is just not going to come. There it is, finally. Column 9 Tetris Rapta 57,000. Fractal would double that about right now. Minor Tyler wants to know, anyone know a good dry rub mix for wings? Yeah, just take some grated Parmesan or whatever. You get some garlic powder, mix in a little butter. Well, well, butter makes it not dry, but you gotta put a little fat on there, right? Now I'm in the mood for wings, but I already had a big lunch. 185 Fractal, 159 for Rapta. All right, a couple Tetrises back and forth between these two. 255 for Fractal, 203. Now 226 for Rapta. All right, 370 Fractal, 295 for Rapta. At this point, I have a zero tolerance policy for unwelcome teasing. Like if you know somebody and it's all part of the joke and they're in on it and whatever, great. If they're not in on it and they clearly don't want it, I don't need it. I'm over it. 416 for Fractal, 366 Rapta. All right, bank Tetris for Fractal, 470 through 94 lines. That's, I think that qualifies as pace. We can say that word. It's not, 2019 is over, you can say pace again. .402 Rapta getting up a bit high on the board. Kind of getting droughted, and Fractal kind of in trouble, needs a long bar now, and the long bar not coming. Fractal going to top out 474. Rapta is up high on the board as well, and having to burn this away, needs to get to 475. There is a Tetris, so Rapta going to be able to bring this down. 2 Tetrises, basically, from being able to leapfrog Fractal here, and should be able to get this fairly easily. All the time in the world. There is the Tetris, and that will do it. Rapta going to get the hearts. And Fractal just got a bit RNG'd there. So Rapta, you can go ahead and top out. You are good. Rapta says, I nearly fainted when I saw I had to chase down. It's not easy. It is. It's a whole new level of anxiety, I think. All right, Fractal's ready. And Rapta's ready. Let's go. Game 4, 3, 2, 1 Tetris. That's right, Alpeltum. That's what I'm chasing down. I'm chasing down steaks and burgers with no buns. All right, couple Tetrises. Tie score, tie lines. Lettuce wrap. So yeah, I mean, that's a great, you know, if you want to do keto, it's a great way to go. $91,000 Fractal, 72 for Rapta. Am I doing exercise too? Sort of. I'm going to be lifting soon, but it's kind of hard to integrate lifting with carnivore, so I got to figure that out. All right, Rapta, let's see if he's going to be able to... I was thinking maybe a line spin would go in there at some point, because you can get a line into that weird kind of double fracking well over to the right. I don't know what to call that, but that sideways too deep well. 186 Fractal, 148 for Rapta. Horizontal drilling that long bar in, right? It's kind of fracking. Oh, Rapta's left side. He's going to be able to get that long bar over, but that was tricky. $256 Fractal Bank Tetris 279, so up by 120,000 points. People asking all kinds of keto, carnivore questions in the chat. I'm sure the wider audience loves it, but keto is not meat only. No, it's really just about macros and really just high fat, low carb. But that can include all the vegetables you want, really. You just gotta, as long as they fit into your macros. It's usually about 75% calories from fats, about 20% from protein, and 5% from carbs. So if you can stay within that, then you can eat whatever you want. If you're just doing keto only without any, you know, any concern about food quality. 371 for Fractal, 235 for Rapta. If you want no vegetables, that's fine. I'm on carnivore right now. I'm not a doctor, so talk to your doctor. Or just watch YouTube and do what YouTube says. And, you know, don't talk to your doctor. I know, big surprise, everyone. I am not a doctor. 394 Fractal, 281 for Rapta. But there are some YouTubers that say things like plants are trying to kill you, and they have good evidence too. But we'll leave the rest of that up to y'all for your own independent research. Tetris Rapta 333, Fractal 470. So this is what we talk about during level 18. Yeah, you can't really do that during 19, but 18 you got some time, you know. There you go, Fractal setting up the T spin on purpose, no problem. Bang Tetris for Fractal 493. And there is another mildly dirty Tetris from Rapta. Playing one row off the bottom, trying to find a good, efficient way to bring this down. And no great place for that square, so that will be additional burning for Rapta. No, that's right. That's a good thing to mention. Fractal, of course, on the screen right now is the featured guest on the current or latest episode of the Peace Dependency podcast. And there you go. 2 frequently misspelled words right in the title of your podcast. Peace Dependency. Just there you go. But look it up wherever podcasts are sold. And you can get like a 17-hour interview with Fractal. $396 for Rapta, $590 for Fractal. Rapta with a deep well down the center, getting droughted. There's finally a long bar into 19, and another one. 2 center well Tetrises here on 19, and another one for Rapta, 572. Still back by 123,000 points. There's another one, Fractal, 621 here on 19. All right, flat long bar burn there. Kingsman will love that. Rapta's board a little bit dangerous. Opens up the right side just in time. Bang Tetris, long bar comes. Fractal's going to open up his right side, but close it off almost immediately. Opens it up. Bang Tetris, 659. Fractal still ahead by a little over 120,000 points. Sets up column 9 long bar. Bang Tetris, 685. There's one for Rapta into level 22. Fractal setting up kind of a delayed tuck thing there. Just going to deal with it later. But board getting a little bit spicy here for Fractal. And it seems like his board is trying to kill him right now. Oh my god. Fractal opens up the right side, gets a long bar over. That's going to get a Tetris and bring the board down back to safety, giving Fractal a little more time. Rapta's going to top out, though. 620 here on 23. I was watching Fractal dig, and my attention was on that, and all of a sudden I see Rapta topping out. So Fractal is good and will defeat Rapta in round 1, 3 games to 1. GG's to both players. Rapta, hope to see you again in regular Masters, or if we do Mega Masters again, or whatever. Hope to see you again. Somebody ship that person a console. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.